Hello everyone, Jurassic Man here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the new Jurassic World Dominion Leoplerodon from the Roaring Strike line. Sorry for the noise, but we got to get a closer look on this figure, as we can see here. Now this is the first new aquatic reptile we got from a very long time. The last one was the Plesiosaurus, and in the making of this video, the Elasmosaurus has been confirmed, so there's going to be a fourth one now. I'm still waiting on an Ichthyosaurus. I do hope we get one day. But yeah. Now the packaging on this is just as similar as that of any other Roaring Strikes dinosaurs. You know, it's the same packaging and style. The only difference being is the Leoplerodon in the front, but also some new figures too, such as the Megaraptor, the Iguanodon, and the re-release of the Sinoceratops. I actually have the Megaraptor already, and that's going to be reviewed next. But you can see here, you get a nice look of the Leoplerodon back here. Now, I do got to point out, it's a little odd they're making a water figure electronic, but I'm not the one to judge. So, let's get right to it. Now, as we take a look here, the Leoplerodon, since it's an aquatic animal, it can't stand, so I made it in this sort of weird looking stance is in, but it's the best way I can show it without it being flat on his belly. I mean, I do have an extension, one of those figure holders, but it's being used right now by my Plesiosaurus, so we'll just get to this. So I just want to say this figure looks incredible. I mean, just look at the details that they put on this face. It's a little goofy looking, but look at the amount of wrinkles it has. This is an aquatic animal, so aquatic animals don't really have much details in their body. They're supposed to be slick and streamlined, especially if they're supposed to go fast to hunt. And I really gotta love that mouth. It's nice pink mouth right there to get focus. It has a tongue, which I don't think it's supposed to have, but it looks nice as is. There we go. On the other side, you can see it has more of that coloration it has. It has this gray tone on his body with a slight bit of, I guess, burgundy brown on top of his body, only in the neck to the mid torso on the back. And underneath it has nice white paint, which actually goes pretty far on the animal, besides the tail. The tail has no paint, but I think it's alright if it doesn't. What I do like about the tail is that it has the flukes. Real marine reptiles actually do have fluke evidence right here, so that's pretty cool that they actually put that in there. As articulations go, it has 4 points of articulations, 2 in his arms, or in his front flippers, and 2 in his back flippers, which I think is pretty cool that they added this feature as the normal stance, as you can see, instead of just it being, you know, part of the main action feature. Because I always like to display figures that have flippers, and with this feature you can actually make it look like doing that iconic thing it does. Let me get to it right here. You know, where it has his back flippers going up, front flippers going down, and then reverse and reverse and reverse. That's pretty cool that you could do that. One thing that is cool about this is that you could really mimic the animal, look like it's beached itself. If you get it right here, like it's a beach Leoplerodon, like in the one BBC special. Won't that look cool? Like it's just roaring in pain right here, suffocating itself, and then just gets eaten on the side. And speaking of roaring, let's get to the roaring feature of this. And now a lot of these Roaring Strike dinosaurs have 3 roars, and I haven't heard of this guy roar yet, so this is going to be new to me. So there's 4 roars, and I really like how distinct it is. Actually, it's nothing like the Indominus or the Indoraptor or like even the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It's a completely new roar for this figure, which is awesome compared to the Megaraptor, which I will review next time. It has a different roar. I like it. I really do like it. It's very fitting for this animal. Here's a comparison look with the Plesiosaurus, right, or the Leoplerodon with the Plesiosaurus. As you can see, they look pretty good next to each other. I think they're both around the same time period, but if I'm not sure, then these two are pretty compatible. I mean, Plesiosaurus is pretty small. The Elasmosaurus is going to be much bigger. I can definitely tell that. I hope as big as the Quetzal line maybe is around that era. I do hope so. Here it is right next to the Megaraptor. And even though they would not coexist or even meet each other at all, these two do line up pretty good. In a comparative size, the Plesiosaurus is pretty large, even though it's a small carnivore compared to other carnivores around the air, especially in the ocean. So that's awesome that these things right here, and they're already this big by the time most dinosaurs are barely getting big. And here's a Plesiosaurus right next to the Hammond Collection Baryonyx. Putting the Baryonyx here because they share very similar color schemes, and of course they have a long face snout. They're both aquatic reptiles in a way. Baryonyx mostly hunts in the shores while Leoplerodon hunts in the ocean. So they both have a pretty similar comparison since they're both fish eaters, piscivores I think it's called. And yeah, it's just overall cool. I can imagine the Baryonyx just scavenging off this in the ocean, or the Baryonyx slipping to the ocean and the Leoplerodon probably catching it, mistaking it as food, or just opportunistic. So what score would I give this? Well, it seems obvious the score I would give this guy is a 5 out of 5. Because this figure is really good. I mean really good. I love the way it's presented. I love how posable and very neutral the figure is too. So it's good for multiple reuses as such. The weird part about this figure is obviously the fact that it's an aquatic animal, not a, something that roars a lot, especially if it's electronic too. So as an electronic toy, I can imagine some kids playing this in water and just losing the electronic feature. Unless these toys are obviously not, but obviously if they were waterproof, then yeah. But these toys are not waterproof, so any dumbfounded kid will probably just put this in the ocean, put this in the water next to his Mollusaur or Plesiosaur, and then it just doesn't roar no more. It's a little sad, but it's their decision, I guess. So I hope you guys liked this review. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I see you guys on the next one.